Dayton, thanks for joining us for this.
Go again. Sorry.
No worries. Matt Dayton, thanks for joining us for the Summit Ski Show, where we talk about real estate, local interests, news and events in Summit County, Colorado. This includes Breckenridge, Keystone, Frisco, Copper Mountain, Dillon, and Silverthorne. It's the 12th of January, 2023. I'm your host, and I'm going to show you what's new and interesting in Summit County for real estate market. I'm going to show you around the MLS. We'll take a look at any new listings, new properties under contract, and what's recently sold. Joining me is Benji from Benji Does, my producer and live stream sidekick. He'll be chiming in with questions and monitoring the chat for us this morning or this afternoon. Benji, thanks for joining us. Appreciate
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. Yeah. So question of the day is, what was your best memory of your first place? Doesn't have to be necessarily when you owned or when you rented. That's fine. What's your best memory?
My first house that I bought, we just had like a month of living there, and I decided to make steaks one day, and the weather was just perfect. And we opened up all the windows in the house and the garage and the sliding glass door. And there's just this like awesome breeze and then like steaks. It was amazing. It was such a great time. And it was something that I'd never had in my whole life. So it was really cool.
That's a pretty special feeling, getting that first place, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Mine was, we didn't own it. It was just a little 1-bedroom apartment down in Denver when my wife and I first got married. But man, having our own place, we had nothing. Like we had like 2 chairs and a table and a couple of camp chairs. That was our 2 camp chairs was our living room furniture, like fold up.
Cinder block and a spool.
Yeah, it was like total college dorm room style, but it was ours. We loved it. So that was definitely our best first memory. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So a little local news. Got to give a shout out to my boys and girls for the Summit Nordics high school ski team. Pretty proud of them and what they're doing. So that's them. So that guy is not that big and that guy's not that small. That's
I was saying,
I just have to start off by saying that. That's the camera angle. But it's a couple of great athletes there. So they over in kind of near Leadville, they had their first meet, and both boys and girls won the meet. So I was pretty proud of them. They skied really well, really strong performances. So I think that's a good encouraging, start out to the season. So we'll see what they continue to do, but I'm pretty stoked on that.
What else is going on out there?
Oh man, we got more short-term rental stuff. Sorry to sound like a resounding gong with this. This is just really kind of what our life is entailing a lot right now, because it is impacting our real estate market significantly, and owners and such. So it's a pretty hot button topic right now. The county commissioners are saying that they're proposing these caps. When I say caps, those are percentages of properties that can be rented in a certain area. So if it's 10% of those properties, the total properties can be short-term rented. You have to get a license to rent those. So ranging anywhere from 5 to 18% is what they're saying for these different areas in the county. So Summit County is made up of, you got your towns, so like Breckenridge and Frisco and Dillon and Silverthorne. Those are your towns. And then you got your unincorporated parts of Summit County where it's not in town limits. So those are the areas that this is referring to. Each town, Frisco's got a 25% cap on their rentals, short-term rentals. Breckenridge has a few different zones. Silverthorne's proposing new zones. So Silverthorne's going to be looking at what it would be like a downtown river district. That's going to be 50% of those are going to be able to short-term rent. And then outside of that, it's 10%. So each one has their own. So this is specifically to the county. But that's going to probably be going into effect, once the moratorium for short-term rentals in Summit County lifts, which is the end of February. So
Let's talk about how idyllic that photo is. That looks like Germany or
Doesn't it?
yeah, it really does. You know
Yeah.
what? When I was digging through the analytics the other day, you know who one of the top countries is that comes to watch your videos?
No,
Germany.
you're kidding.
Yeah. America's
Oh,
number one and then Germany second. It must be something to do with the area or just like what it looks like or something.
interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's like there's always those different areas that people from other countries go to, uh,
Right. Right.
based on like the Norwegians and the Finn or the Finns mainly go to like northern Minnesota because the lakes and it's like Finland.
Yeah, crazy.
And I've been to Finland and it's so similar and there's so many Finns in northern Minnesota. So yeah. So no, I love that shot there, and that's it. Copper Mountain Resort's done a great job at just giving it that feel. So yeah,
Really looks like it.
yeah. So, but at any rate, should we go and check out what's going on in the MLS a little bit?
Oh yeah, show me that MLS. Let me get out
All
your
right,
way.
let's see what we got here. And oops, you did
Oh,
something, and then I undid it.
that's okay. Just share your screen again or the tab.
There we go.
There we go.
We're both clicking away. So, all right. So what we got? So we got 26 new listing. We had 19 go under contract. So actually, that's given us a few more properties on the inventory list. So that's encouraging. Really, actually, some pretty good stuff come on the market this past week. Some things that were pretty fun to check out. Highlighted ones. I mean, it's Copper Springs Lodge right here, right near the base of Copper Mountain. That's just a good kind of 1-bedroom ski condo, easy to rent. That's a great one. A number of things kind of over in Park County. So I know we're talking mostly about Summit County, but Park County is just over the pass. So that's also a good option for people. You get in some stuff less expensive. Decatur, here's one that I particularly like because they are right in Keystone, right near its slopes, got amenities, and they're big. This guy's like 1,400 square feet. So this one has it's a 2-bedroom. You can just see how big it is, and you got that big thing of glass across the front. That is going to be listed for just under $1 million. So we're at 939. Here's the location on it. If you go in, if you got the lake right nearby. One of the things for Keystone that's kind of nice about this lake area here.
Are you on another tab? I can't see what you're looking at.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Just go to that tab, and at the top, you can click on share this tab instead.
Share this tab instead. Oh, look at that. Okay. I'm doing things a little different today. Got it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. So this is where it is. This is the lake area. This is in Keystone. So the ski slopes are over here, the base of the mountain. These are great rentals because this building over here, can you see that?
I see that.
Yeah, that's the conference center. So there's a walk through tunnel right here that goes over to the conference center. So a lot of different groups will come, do conferences there. People go, it's like the best setup. You go to a conference, they do a meeting in the morning, you go skiing, and then they do a meeting in the evening. But a lot of these properties over here are rented really well because of the conference center. So anyways, that's a little bit about. Now does it go back? Oh, it went back.
Sorry. Yeah, you'll just have to do share screen again. That's all.
Okay. So going back here. So that was the Decatur condo. And I think that one's a good one for people to check out if they're looking for something that's a little bit bigger. I will say it's a little bit Eastern Bloc style looking building, but looking from the inside out is better.
Yeah, for real. Talk about my body.
Also looking from the inside out, Lake Forest condos. So this is Lake Dillon out here. Talk about my body. That's great.
There it is. I caught on.
I caught that just now. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So nice Lake Forest condo. You can see the gold's coming back in. One of the things I wanted to point out today for folks, if they're thinking about listing properties and you have a small room, these things, I don't care how much you love a TV hutch, just get rid of it.
Those are pretty ubiquitous. I see those all the time when you're going through these.
They're like, it's antiquated. It just says dated, and it takes up a ton of the space. But this place looks really good, though, other than that. But when I first looked at it, I'm like, oh, that place is outdated. But
it makes you wonder what kind of TV they have in the armoire.
Because
like on a flat screen scale, that's a small TV.
The old boob tube, right?
Yeah, 400 pounds.
Yeah. Cool looking Wynwood condo. This is just off Frisco Main Street. Really like this guy. Got that little parking structure.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought this was a good looking one. Easy walkable, close to Frisco Main Street, downtown shops and stuff. And so just over $1 million on that one. Let's see, a Beaver Run condo, great amenities in those. This one I liked. This is just a gorgeous, and actually I thought it was a great price too. It's a 2,400 square foot house for $1.4 million. Just awesome, gorgeous setting. Kind of sits out there by itself. Really cool timber frame. You got this dovetail log-in construction, just where they, you can tell it's very custom built log place. So seems like you get a lot for your money on a place like this for Summit County, and that's just north of Silverthorne a little ways. So that's a really pretty looking place. You do all right with that view, huh?
That's incredible. Yeah.
So, and then let's see, what else did I think was really great? This guy here, this Lago Vista townhome, brand new construction, $2 million townhome, kind of a duplex style townhome, and this is going to give you some lake views as well. So I thought that was a really good looking place. I'm going to go check that out with some folks on Saturday. And then our top end listing. It's always fun to go look at the top end one, huh? So
show me the big one.
Show you. This is Warriors Preserve. So right near the ski area, you got about a 10-minute walk to the ski area. It's got a trail that goes through the woods right near it, but kind of a cool looking, gorgeous deck. Backs up to like National Forest. It got National Forest open space right behind it.
Something tells me that kitchen countertop glows.
Yeah, it might. That is pretty cool.
It looks like that have you seen? Of course you've
seen. Oh, where you get the lights behind it and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I like that. I kind of like that rustic kind of mix in there. One of the cool things about this one that we don't see very much up here is that it says air conditioning in it. So
that's good stuff for me from Arizona. You better have air conditioning.
Well, there people die without it, right? Literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, this one's got it's got air conditioning. It also has one thing you don't have there that is kind of nice up here is it has a couple oxygenated sleeping rooms. So yeah,
what is an oxygenated sleeping room?
Yeah, so it's basically a room that is sealed tight enough and that they like oxygen into it. It's got concentrators that bring you down to a lower elevation essentially to sleep in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. You know what? This place has the same getting out of the pool faucet for the bathtub too.
That we were looking at earlier. Yeah.
Not in this bedroom. It was in another room that had the it definitely looked like a faucet, but it also had that curve to it and everything else.
Shock Hill property. Yeah, that one's coming up. There's a garage.
Oh man. Dang. Yeah, this is my spot. How do I get into this thing?
Just live right there. So yeah, so that's that guy in Warriors Preserve. Here's the location on it. Let's see, share this tab instead. So look at that. You got right near, so this is the base of Peak 9 ski area. Here's Beaver Run. So there's actually a trail that runs from here over to that base there through the woods. You could kind of ski / hike on that. So that one's a pretty cool spot there. So that would be the the number one for top listings for new listings. Now we're going to take you guys into take a look at the things that are under contract. So what's going this is where I get to show you that one that we did that video on for.
Oh, yeah. Strap in, everyone.
The rehab. So there's 2 rehab ones that came on this last week. So there was this one over in Keystone, and I was kind of following this one because I'm like, okay, that like you could short-term rent that thing. You get that get that fixed up, do like a little Airbnb, make it cozy and cute. I mean, there's the ski runs behind it. So this kind of, maybe a diamond in the rough. It would definitely take some work, but that's what I saw on that one. And then the one that I did the tour of was this guy, and looked all right from here. Don't take the stairs if you don't want to die. They're ready to fall down, but this was the guy here, and definitely rough. But I gotta say, you want to know what it sold? What I know it went under contract for at least this much, so it's listed for $650. What's your guess?
It went over for sure.
It went over. It definitely went over. So I know it went for at least $750.
Look at that bench. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a little. That's a breakfast nook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. Going through the house, it looked like it had potential, but there was a ton of work on the ceilings. Like every ceiling in the place had been like torn into it.
Oh, I see that now.
So if you're just like, there's going to be some plumbing that needs some work.
Yeah, and it looks like they went backwards with the kitchen cabinetry. Yeah,
a little weird. Like, yeah, it had some funky stuff. You could get past it, but I think that the infrastructure around the place. I went down to the crawl space foundation. As far as I can tell, I'm not expert on that, but the foundation looked good. There wasn't any misplaced beams or rot or anything that I could see. So anyway, that one definitely your fixer upper.
And if you want to see the tour, they just need to go to the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, you can get the whole thing. You can get to see the toilet in the closet.
What is? Oh, no way! It even has a cold string light above your head. How funny!
The toilet in the closet, and then there was a camcorder in a box right there. So that's fun. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's your security camera. All right, enough of that property, right? Let's see what else we got. We got a Flying Dutchman condo. You can kind of see some things are moving. Definitely, we're seeing more activity in our market right now. So that's been really encouraging. Just things are just picking up a little bit. I've got more people that want to buy property right now than I've had, I feel like, all year or all last year. So
I like to look at that Meadow Creek one. That's nice.
Isn't that pretty? That's in Frisco. I mean, that's just like just biking distance to Main Street, Frisco. Just a quiet setting. You got Whole Foods Market over here. You got the.
Don't forget to share the tab with us.
Oh yeah, stop. Share this tab. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you don't see that. Okay, so Frisco Main Street, can kind of bike down there. This is Whole Foods right over here. There's a little brewery there. So that's pretty cool.
What else can we see from the map here? Is there like a mall? Do you have a mall, or do you have to drive out of town to do that?
What's a mall?
I'm from Arizona, so like each part of the valley is broken up into malls.
I'd say like that area right there is like it's got some shops and restaurants and the Whole Foods and liquor store, and that is about as mall as we get. So, or Main Street, your little Frisco Main Street has got all your little boutiques and stuff. So we don't really have any malls. We do have the down in Silverthorne. We do have the outlet stores. Oh, yeah. So that's our closest thing, mall. So we definitely have there's a lot of great shops down there in the outlets. but thankfully no malls. Um,
All of our malls here are becoming skeletons of what they once were anyway.
yeah. So let's see. So what happens if I just close that? I go right back. So I'll go back to sharing this guy again here. And then the top one that went under contract, it's just another one here in Shock Hill. Just this was listed for about $7 million. And just right near the Nordic Center, there's a cross-country ski track right there. So you can see it sits right on the cross-country ski trails. The kind of really pretty just timber. Oh, look at that guy, cross-country skiing out there. I get with that guy and work on his form.
He's gonna be hurting tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not watching this. To take it.
Listen, hey Bill, we got this picture of you outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what we need to work on. So, but yeah, just timbers like that knotty pine ceiling, really pretty oak floors. Gorgeous, like I wonder if those are walnut. They look like walnut cabinets. Man, that is pretty. So, fireplace in the back. There's your. Is it a faucet or a handle?
Yeah, that one definitely looks like you're getting in and out of a pool.
Outdoor fireplace again opens up, backs up to like those ski trails. So summertime kind of hiking trails right out there. So that is a pretty one. So that went under contract, $7 million. So we're definitely seeing some high-end stuff still moving. And then last but not least, let's jump over to the sold stuff, get an idea of what our market is supporting. So the lower end stuff, we got some stuff over in Park County, Leadville, outside of Summit County, but those are places that are still pretty accessible to Summit County. So I cover those areas, give people options. Little single family home inside of Breckenridge. We got Copper Mill Club condo. That was right next to that little Bavarian lane that you were talking about.
Wow, the photo shoot one. Okay.
Yeah. So this one actually went for over asking price. So 1-bedroom condo right near the base of the slopes. Speaking of which, I'm going to bring on a 1-bedroom condo in Keystone right near the base of the slopes. Similar price range. That's going to be coming on for this weekend. So keep an eye out for that.
Nice. You going to do a tour video for us?
Yeah, definitely. I'll get that out there, put that up. We can put that up on YouTube and such. Key condo going for almost $1 million. That blows my mind, but that's just, right there near base of the skiing in Keystone. So if you told me 10 years ago that was what that was going to be worth, I would have laughed.
It's going to keep going up too.
It's not, doesn't seem to be going any other direction. So, and a lot of it's because our inventory is so low and demand's high. So, I can say people want to live here. And then let's see, this Blue Sky Breckenridge top sale was $2,750,000 for a 3-bedroom, sold for 2.6. And this guy, so Benji, interesting thing about this one, I showed this. This was on the market back in 2017. I showed this condo. I remember watching it, and it was listed for about $1 million less. So 7 years has come up $1 million. So
that is huge.
That's a big price tag. So when people say ski condos don't pay, I disagree.
Yeah, that logic is backwards for Summit County, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely. If you're in it, if you're going to buy something and be in it for a year or two, sure, you stand the chance of losing money. But overall appreciation on our properties is such that it pays. So, anyway, well, that's what I got for you today. Anything else I'm missing?
Well, we've got some real estate jargon that you can throw.
Oh, real estate jargon.
Earnest money, section 4.3 of the contract. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, so earnest money. So we're all pretty familiar with earnest money. Escrow money, it might be called in other states. In Colorado, call it earnest money. It's usually about 1 to 2% of the purchase price that you're putting down. It's refundable, but it is basically, it's there to help the buyer to stay on track to perform up through closing. That money would be basically refunded if there was certain contingencies on the contract. So let's say an inspection, contingent on inspection, and an inspection that's acceptable to the buyer. If they got the inspection and the buyer and seller couldn't come to a resolution on that, then as long as they would terminate before that inspection objection deadline or inspection termination deadline, they could get the earnest money back. Loan termination deadline. So that money's pretty soft, I would say, until you get past all those deadlines. So my job for my clients is to make sure that we stay ahead of those deadlines and we make sure that that earnest money doesn't get jeopardized, because as you can imagine, that can be a good chunk of cash. So yeah. So definitely want to make sure. And earnest money deadline, you want to make sure that you get that earnest money in on or before the deadline, because if you don't, as a buyer, you're in default. So yeah, that's earnest money in Colorado in a nutshell. So,
I think we got everything today.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Benji. I really appreciate it. This has been the Ski Summit Show. If you've enjoyed the episode, please leave us a like below. Share us on social media, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check the description for links and things we mentioned in the episode. I'm Matt Dayton, Ski Summit Show. Hope to see you in the mountains soon. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys.